Shooting it raw?
Yes. Shooting it raw. Whew. Okay. Sweet photo. Is that your kitchen now? Standing in front of a bouquet, a nice vase.
Oh, is that with my book?
That's with your book.
That's with your book. Yeah, that's with the book. I sent that picture because, I'm a mom and a real estate agent, and it just kind of goes to show you can do anything you put your mind to.
And an author.
Now an author. Yeah, now an author.
Yep. You're so much more. You're so much more than these things.
Oh,
These are just titles.
that's very nice.
So the photo is of a sort of a table, beautiful wood table. Could be walnut, who knows? A very high table because it seems to be as high as your waist.
Yes, that's my center island. That's my newly remodeled kitchen that I did. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
There's a nice sort of vase in the middle of the shot. You're standing there, a hand on your hip, looking at the photographer, holding up your book, a look of accomplishment on your face, sort of saying, "Yep." I wouldn't say you're not looking smug. You're not looking smug. You're looking accomplished. You're like, "F yeah, that's right. This is my book."
Yeah.
Nice, nice. How long had the book been out before this photo was made?
I think that was when they just shipped me the first shipment of books. So it probably was like right when it came out.
Right, your baby was born.
My baby was born. Yep.
How long ago was this?
It was about a year ago.
Okay. Speaking of serendipity and how things happen and all this stuff, what's really interesting with book publishing is that you don't know who's going to pick up the book and how they will interface it. Like these podcasts, right? Like we don't know who's going to listen to this on their drive through wherever, or who knows.
Right.
And then for whatever reason, the sound of your voice makes them go, wait a second. And your story makes them go, okay. And then they may pick up your book, or they just listening to your story is enough to kind of go, oh. And then all of a sudden that puts a sort of a turn in their journey or twist in the road, whatever it is. And so what in the last year that your book's been published, where did you get a signal that what you wrote did something to somebody else?
Oh, well, it's actually been more than I could have ever imagined.
Oh, wow.
I have had, unfortunately, several physician spouses call me after their husbands have taken their own lives and said, "This is my story."
Oh, fuck.
And I picked up the phone one day and this woman was just sobbing, and I could hardly understand her. And she said, I just finished your book. This is my story. And it just really hit home because while I'm not a mental health professional by any means, I can lend an ear, a shoulder to cry on for people that have walked similar paths. So that has been, it's heartbreaking and it's awful, but it's also very rewarding that that they took the time to read the book and that it hit home and in some sort of small way helped them. I've also had physicians reach out, which that has been incredible as well. Early on, a big private practice in the Twin Cities in Minneapolis, they had just lost another doctor to suicide, an anesthesiologist, and the chief medical officer called me and he said, we're going to buy 220 of your books and we're going to give them to every one of our physicians in our practice. And they said, this has to stop. The book it's my journals. It talks about my early on story with Matt and our great life together. And then it does go into statistics, what's going on in medicine today. So, we just need to spread awareness. And I'm really proud that the book is doing that.
Wow. Well, Congratulations. Well, not congratulations, but more like, yes, you have this feeling like this is something that needs to be out there so
Hmm.
people kind of understand and see what's going on behind the curtain or
Hmm.
in the background. So take me to school. Like what do I need to know in terms of the statistics or I mean, not to put you on the spot, but like what can you tell me in terms of the nonfiction side of it?
Well, the reality is that we lose about a doctor a day to suicide, and that equates to 1 million patients a year are losing their doctor to suicide, and that's a very frightening fact. As we know,
Mm-hmm.
it's not easy to get into med school. It's highly competitive. And so when we lose a physician, that just kind of screws up the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, we are probably headed for a doctor shortage. And I
Mm.
think, just as a general public, that should be very concerning to all of us. We need our doctors to be healthy. And exactly what you said is they are people, they are not machines. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have found this like weird little niche of people that are, doing the same kind of work that I'm doing, and just trying to help. It's just unbelievable how we got here. But I did ask a doctor today. I said, what could we do to make your life, just as the general public or patients, what could we
Mm-hmm.
do to make your job easier? And he said, it would just be really nice if people would just ask how we're doing. I remember
Mm.
once this patient, he was 83 years old, and he stopped me and said, "How are you doing?" And I said, "Oh, fine." And he goes, "No, really, how are you doing?"
Mm.
And that meant so much to him. And I have to say, I was always so intrigued because Matthew would come home from work with when I was pregnant, with hand knit baby blankets that his patients had made, or candy that they would give him, or these thank you notes, or
Mm-hmm.
these letters. And he saved them all. And I think if we can
Mm-hmm.
just thank our doctors and just be a little bit more kind, not, I mean, we
Mm.
really just need to be more kind to everybody, because you never know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
somebody else is walking through. But especially, people go to the doctor, doctors tend to run late. It can be super irritating. But you don't
Mm-hmm.
know that if that doctor just told somebody they have, 3 months to live. I mean, that's a really
Right,
hard
right,
conversation to have. And so I just think we all need to just take a deep breath and remember, just as humans, that we should treat each other
right.
with more kindness.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Betsy, I would like to, in my own way, treat you with a little bit more kindness. Can you say the name of your title again so it burns into people's heads and they know to go buy it?
Sure. It is titled The Illusion of the Perfect Profession. And you can get it on Amazon. It's an easy, quick read. But I think what people have told me is that they've learned something, and that is
Nice.
really rewarding for me.
So, is life really a gift? Really? Can you make every second count? That's the whole point of the podcast. So, if you like what you've seen and you're inspired, because that really is my mission, then please give it a like, subscribe, and share.
Shooting it raw?
Yes, shooting.